presentation. I will be the host today. My name is Kelly.
My name is Joseph. Hi guys.
Okay, so today we're going to go over why do we debate and some basic rules of Asian parliamentary debate. You guys remember from the class, right? Good. So we're going to go over some sequence of speech also, and the teachers back here is going to show a mock debate. Okay?
So before we go on to the examples given by our debate teachers, let us ask you guys one question. What is debate? Anybody?
What is debate? Anybody?
What is debate? Anybody? Nobody?
Anybody who can tell us why we debate? Yes, you in the front.
To share opinions.
Yes, to share opinions. What class are you on? UPenn. One blue sticker for UPenn class.
Any other person who would like to answer the question?
Be quiet. Guys, what do you do when your friend is talking? You listen, okay? What were you saying? Yes.
Two teams arguing each other. So we debate simply because we are able to express ourselves and also express our logics and our opinions to the others.
Okay, let's move on to the sequence. Let's see if you guys have been paying good attention in class. Who are the first speakers in Asian parliamentary debate? Prime Minister and? Yes, leader of opposition. And can anyone tell me who the second speakers are? Yes, the Deputy Prime Minister and Deputy Leader of Opposition. Too easy, right? Who are the next speakers, guys? Yes, Government Whip and Opposition Whip. Who are the last speakers from each team? Yes, does Government Reply starts first? No, Government Reply always finishes the debate. Understood? Good.
Okay, now we are going to go one by one and check each people's role. So our amazing debaters will gonna show you both good example and bad example. Okay. So after each speaker is done, Kelly, teacher, and I are going to ask you questions. Okay. Did you guys understand? Yeah. If you answer the questions perfectly, then we'll also give you a blue sticker. Okay.
So what you should do is when your teachers are giving their speech, we gave you out a piece of paper. You should take notes so that you can answer our questions, okay? Guys, okay? Good.
We're gonna introduce you guys today's motion. So today's motion is this house believes that BTS should be exempted from military.
Guys.
Be quiet. Guys, be quiet. Before moving on to the debate, we would like to give you an info slide. What is exempted from?
Who is making noise right now? Why are you making noise? Is it your turn to speak? No, right? Please listen carefully.
So the be exempted from means if someone is exempted from a particular rule, duty, or obligation, they do not have to follow it or do it. In Korean, it means 면제되다. You guys understand? Okay. So from now on, the Prime Minister, our wonderful debater and teacher, not a teacher, will come out and give you guys a speech.
But before she does that, let's look at what Prime Minister should include in her speech. First, what should Prime Minister do? Everyone together read number 1. Go. Yes, and second. And lastly? Yes, great job. A Prime Minister and leader of opposition must include all those three parts in his or her speech. Now we're gonna listen to the Prime Minister's speech from the teachers, and she's going to show a good example. So after that, we're going to ask you questions, okay? Listen carefully, so. Got it? Yeah. Good. Let's welcome Teacher Michelle with a big round of applause.
Mr. and Madam Speaker, today's motion is this House believes that BTS should be exempted from military. We, as the government, strongly agrees with the motion. As Prime Minister, I would like to define the terms of the motion. Definition of military service is a national duty of all Korean men over 18. They must serve in the army for about 2 years in order to fulfill the duty as a citizen of South Korea. To introduce about definition of BTS as well, they are K-pop idol who are gaining huge popularity around the world these days. In the status quo, reputation of BTS is so tremendous that their world tour seats have been sold out. They have been awarded in the Billboard Music Awards in America, so on and so forth. However, according to the current military exemption policy in South Korea, athletes who have received gold medal in certain competition or fine artists such as pianists are only possible objects of the exemption. We agree to the motion for 3 reasons. First, idol is a reasonable occupation to be exempted. Second, BTS has a tremendous economic value. Third, BTS has a huge cultural value. As a Prime Minister, I will now explain our first argument why BTS should be exempted from military service in the perspective of occupation. First, idol is a reasonable occupation to be exempted. We think these days not only classical music but also popular music such as BTS has immense effect around the world. Regarding the subject of BTS music is to love myself, they are influencing individuals in a positive way through music. Therefore, excluding popular music groups like BTS from the aspect of art and only exempting fine arts from military is unfair and an outdated view. Moreover, if BTS now starts military services, their popularity will decrease rapidly. Because there are so many diverse idol groups, popular idol rapidly changes. Therefore, even though BTS is a boy group at its peak of their popularity currently, if BTS members start to serve military, popularity of BTS will plunge to the degree which recovery is impossible. This distinctiveness of occupation idol that BTS has should be regarded. Furthermore, idol is an occupation that requires special care or protection of voice or health of members. Regarding that voice do naturally changes with age, after 2 years of military service, BTS wouldn't have opportunity to sing with their current voice, which is also one of the main causes of their popularity. Even though their voices do not naturally change, the hazard livelihood in the army would even impose their voices to be changed. Furthermore, if BTS gets injured severely, it would affect their dancing, which will block their career as idol. Let me give you a parallel example. The reason the government exempts athletes from the military service is because to encourage better outcomes at the period when they got the most perfect physical circumstances. As athletes' physical conditions are being considered as exemption reason, the physical situation of BTS as dancing singer should be also regarded. Therefore, we strongly agree to the motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Teacher Michelle. So, Kelly and I will gonna give you a question. Okay, so raise your hand if you know the answer, okay? So the first question, what words were defined?
Can anyone? You in the back, orange shirt. Yes, with the glasses. Can you say it loudly, please? What did she say, everyone? Yes, military and BTS. That's the correct answer.
Great job.
So what class are you in?
West Point.
One blue sticker to West Point.
So the second question for you guys. What were the three arguments from the government house? Can anybody answer this question?
Yes, in the back. In the back. Can you stand up, please? Yes, good. Okay, teacher Leo is gonna check the answers.
They go to military. Popularity of the trees.
Uh-huh.
Economical change. Cultural promotion.
Okay, let's check the answers together then.
The first answer is idol is a reasonable occupation to be exempted. The second argument was BTS has tremendous economic value. And the last but not least, the third argument was BTS has a huge cultural value.
Did she get all the answers? Yes. Yes. What class are you in?
One blue sticker for Yale.
Yes, one blue sticker to Yale class. Okay. Guys, who's the next speaker? Everyone together. Yes, leader of opposition. Let's see what they should include in their speech. Number one, all together, loudly, go. Number two. Number three. Number four. Yes. Those are the four things that they should include. Now we're going to listen to the LO teacher's speech, which is Teacher Kevin. Okay, please welcome me with a. Oh wait, before he comes up to the podium, sorry. He's gonna show a bad example of a LO speech. Okay, so your job is to find what he did wrong. Do you understand? Do you guys understand? Yes. Now welcome him with a big round of applause, guys.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We, the opposition, agrees to the government team's definition. Ladies and gentlemen, we, the opposition, acknowledge that BTS made many achievements, but we do not believe that those achievements elevate BTS to a status that is above everyone else. The Prime Minister has provided a background on the popularity of BTS and the special place that they hold. Contrary to that, I would like to establish that while BTS is remarkable, they are still equal to everyone else. Now I'll move on to my rebuttals. The government team argued that the nature of being an idol celebrity will lead to serious disadvantages for BTS if they are forced into military service. However, this argument neglects that many of the supposedly special natures of BTS's occupation as an idol celebrity are not unique to idols. For example, the PM mentioned that military exemption should be expanded beyond fine arts to popular arts. Recognizing popular art as an achievement worthy of exemption from military sets a dangerous precedent. The boundary of fine arts can be set through pre-established art associations and foundations. However, popular art includes a wide variety of art forms, and the boundaries are too vague and controversial. The PM also mentioned that because there are various idol groups, the market changes very rapidly. While this may be true, it is also true for almost any job. We live in a world where technology and politics change every day. Being forced into a military base with little to no connection to the outside world, unable to keep up with the latest trends, could be devastating to anyone, not just BTS. This is more so especially considering that the Korean labor market has been extremely competitive in the recent years. Moreover, the PM mentioned that BTS serving in the military could lead to a deterioration of members' health and abilities. However, this is the same for everyone else. Military duty includes danger and risk by nature. BTS could not be an exception. Also, the Prime Minister offered a comparison with athletes. However, while athletes have a clear standard, the gold medal, this is not the case for popular artists such as BTS, and the standards can only be arbitrary. Our deputy leader will elaborate on this matter in her speech. Speaking of athletes, I really like Son Heung-min, guys, okay? He's the best soccer player in history, okay, guys? For these reasons, the government case does not stand. The opposition team has 3 arguments for you today. That it is unfair, that the standards are arbitrary, and that it improves social perception. As the leader of opposition, I will present the first argument, and our deputy leader will present the other 2. Exempting BTS from military goes against the rule of fairness, which arguably is one of the most important rules that govern our society. Article 39 of the Constitution of the Republic of Korea states that all Koreans have the duty to defend the nation. Exempting BTS from a basic constitutional duty shared by all people is unfair for everyone else, because it implies that their social status is somehow above everyone else, and because they do not share a burden shared by all people. Imagine the average young Korean male. 3 semesters into college, he leaves the joy and beauty and excitement of campus life. He gives up 18 valuable months of his early 20s. He puts his career and academics on hold. He distances himself from friends and family. Why would he do that? Because he has to serve in the military to fulfill his constitutional duty. And BTS gets to avoid all that. Basically, they're popular and rich. It is unfair to judge one's value based on the size of economic gain or cultural popularity. It is unfair that a celebrity like BTS gets to enjoy 18 months of their 20s while so many give up their time of their 20s to answer the call of their nation. They are all equal people. Ladies and gentlemen, I have explained to you that BTS, while admirable, are equal to everyone else. I've also explained how unfair it is for everyone else who rarely, if ever, get a chance of exemption. BTS is great, but they shouldn't be given special treatment. Thank you for listening.
Okay guys, did you find the mistake that he made? Can anyone tell me? Yes? Yes, he talked about Son Heung-min all of a sudden, and that's just his personal thing, right? So the answer was he went off topic, right? One blue sticker for the UPenn class. Okay, before we go next speaker, does anyone not have a paper to write on? Is there anyone who didn't get a paper? Can you raise your hand if you didn't?
Did everyone get this paper? Yes?
Yes? Okay, good. So I can see you now, a little bit sleepy, and you're talking to your friend. What you should do when your teachers are giving speech is you should take notes. We are going to ask your homeroom teachers to check the paper and give blue stickers who write the most, okay? Guys, okay? Good. Let's move on to the next speaker.
Okay. Before inviting our teacher Holly to give a speech, we will briefly go through what the deputy speakers will do on the debate. So the first, defend.
Everyone together?
Defend. And second. And last but not least. So let's move on to the next speaker. Teacher Holly, please come out the podium with a loud applause.
Chair, I'm gonna do the following in my speech.
First, I'm going to engage upon the points that Elo has talked about, and then extend our team's arguments in two aspects. First, regarding the economic value, and second, regarding the cultural value. Before going on to that, let's engage upon the Elo's arguments and then do some rebuttals. The opposition's main argument was regarding the fairness. Because everyone goes, BTS should go. Before going on to the specifics of the rebuttals, let's first talk about the exclusivity of BTS. Our Prime Minister did a very good job in explaining the impact that BTS have. BTS is a really exclusive idol in Korea who was the only one and the first idol to actually fill in Wembley Stadium. Not only for that, in Berkeley University, there's actually a subject regarding BTS. Not only for that, BTS to their fans, so-called ARMY, is like BTS is the god for them. If they say certain things, they follow. They follow to listen to their parents good, or either they go to, they study hard and do their homework in order to go to a good university. Therefore, if BTS did a very good job, and if their existence itself is very exclusive, we believe there could be certain exemptions given in military services. The reason why Elo's point regarding cartoon or underground music does not stand in today's debate, while Olympic does, is because the former is limited in certain region or country. If certain things are considered only specifically within themselves, we don't think the concept of military exemption cannot apply in a prevalent way. Also regarding their fairness part by constitution, in the status quo, if athletes receive gold medals in Asian Games or Olympics, they do receive military exemption. This, in and out of itself, means that even in constitutions, exceptions do exist, based on their contribution in increasing the reputation of the country. Therefore, in the status quo, if BTS did more than that, contributing to their reputation, we believe that they more than receive and they are more than okay to receive the exemption in military services. Now let's go on to our constructive arguments. First, we think that BTS has tremendous economic value that is irreplaceable by anything or anyone else. According to Hyundai Research Institute, which was done in 2018 in December, like 7 months ago, BTS generated a 5.6 trillion won, which is like 5조. Also, they predicted that 10-year economic impact will reach to 56 trillion won, which easily goes over Pyeongchang Winter Olympics. Then, in this situation, let's imagine what will actually happen when BTS does go to the military. Even if we were to bite the best case coming from the opposition and say that they will go to the military at the same date, we think the 2 years of gap of missing will cause and lose at least 11 trillion won, which is a huge economical loss that we're going to have in the very end. Therefore, in the status quo where BTS has utmost active participation regarding concerts, albums, or talk shows, or etc., we believe that sending them to the military is going to cause a huge economic loss. Going on to our second point, we believe that BTS has huge cultural value. BTS is the leading figure introducing Korea worldwide. According to government-affiliated Korea Foundation, BTS led 22% increase in Hallyu fans. BTS does showcases in about Korean culture and languages through V-Live and Insta Live worldwide, which garners fans all over the world, not only for BTS themselves, but also to Korea as a whole. As a result, although Korean is not in the top 10 of the most spoken, people memorize lyrics and sing along in Korean. So as we mentioned during PM speech, since athletes receive the exemption under the reason of increasing the reputation, we highly believe that BTS also did the same thing, contributing in increasing the reputation, therefore should receive the exemption. And this is why I'm very proud to propose. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Teacher Holly. Before moving on to the next speaker, we're gonna give you another questions regarding on her speech. What did the DPM do first?
Anyone? In the green shirt? You in the green shirt? Can you stand up, please? Good. Yes, attack the other side's argument, which is called rebuttal, right? What class are you in? Huh? Johns Hopkins, one blue sticker.
And also another question, how many arguments did DPM explain? Yes, the one with the glasses and the black shirt. Stand up please, thank you.
2? Yes, 2. What class are you in? Yes, one blue sticker to Princeton.
So the answer was 2.
Okay, do you guys remember in the middle of her speech, Teacher Leo all of a sudden clapped? And you guys were looking at her, right? So that's her way of showing that 4 minutes has passed. And she'll get extra 10 seconds to finish her speech. So when you guys are doing debate in class and for the debate championship, the judges and the teachers, the adjudicators are going to also clap like that. Okay? How many minutes can first 6 speakers speak for? 4 minutes. How about the last speakers? 3. Yes, 3 minutes. Okay.
Now we'll call upon the next speaker who will give a bad example of the deputy speaker. And Sunny teacher will come out. Guys, please welcome her with a loud applause.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, as our first speaker mentioned, today I will present the second and third argument. But first, I would like to go straight on the rebuttals against Deputy Prime Minister. The Deputy Prime Minister argued that economic benefit of BTS is huge, and that's why BTS should not be sent to the military. Yes, it is hard to ignore the numbers and fact. However, the government team is making a huge mistake by just basically saying that money can buy everything. If we start to use the economic value to justify one's exemption for military, it is not difficult to imagine what would happen in the future. More people with money and power would be exempted, and that is exactly against what we've struggled to achieve, fair society. The Deputy Prime Minister also mentioned that BTS has successfully introduced Korean culture to foreign fans more than ever. That is true, but we have to know that Hallyu did not reach its peaks just because of BTS. The popularity of Korean culture has been accumulated ever since 1990s with K-dramas and K-pops, even before BTS. It is not something happened overnight. Therefore, if only BTS gets a special treatment, it would be a complete negligence of the others' contributions to Hallyu. For these reasons, the government case does not stand. Moving on to our arguments, let me present to you second and third reasons why we oppose today's motion. First, the problem of arbitrary standards, and second, the matter of the social perception. Starting with the arbitrary standards, we believe that the standards of exempting for military service are hugely arbitrary. As we've already witnessed, it is true there have been precedents of athletes or fine artists like pianists exempted from military service. However, that was only when they won gold medals or the first place in universally prestigious music competitions. We more than agree that BTS is great and has immense impacts on this society, both economic and culture-wise. However, what I'm pointing out here is that being just famous and loved idol cannot justify the exemption, especially when there are no clear standards. Without clear standards, no one can judge that being a famous and maybe #1 idol better contributes to the nation, even if it actually does. Second of all, I would like to explain why we ban today's motion in the perspective of the social perception. We've seen their military exemption, no matter what their reasons were, and it would create a negative image of male celebrities. For example, MC Mong, who used to be one of the most famous and loved singers in the early 2000s, have been exempted from military service by supposedly having 10 of his teeth pulled out. For that reason, he is still not welcome to come back to the entertainment industry. Considering this current situation, if BTS goes to army and takes their full responsibilities without any exemption, just because they are famous celebrities, it would immensely enhance their reputation and social perception for sure. At the same time, people might have more positive view of military service because BTS is in the army. Ladies and gentlemen, BTS is awesome. That's a universal truth. But the absence of clear standards must be regarded first, and it is also important to know that fulfilling military service would do more good than harm for both BTS and the public. For these reasons, we, the opposition, are more than proud to oppose. Thank you.
Did you guys find the mistake? Can anyone tell me? Yes, you in the black shirt. Yes, can you stand up? Can you stand up, please?
She said, money can buy everything.
Uh-huh.
That is not public. And she didn't provide anything. She didn't do eye contact.
Should we give half sticker?
Half sticker.
Okay, one sticker for you. The first one was not the answer. Let's ask Teacher Sunny why she mentioned the money can't buy anything. The student thinks that the money can't buy anything sentence has nothing to do with the topic. Can you explain a little bit?
Okay, so I explained that what the government team is basically saying is that because the BTS economic value is so huge, I believe that they are just basically saying money can buy everything. That might be a little, a little confusing, but that's not necessarily the false here.
Yes, but the second answer was correct. She was not making eye contact. What was she doing? She was reading her script. You should always make an eye contact. When you make eye contact, it looks like you're very confident, right? You always have to be a confident debater. Understood? Good.
What class are you in?
Oh yeah, what class are you in?
Cambridge.
One blue sticker for Cambridge.
Before moving on to the next speaker, let us tell you about what does government opposition whip do. So follow me when I read this, okay? First, summarize. Guys, summarize. Second, talk about. And third, give. Okay, so.
But should whip speakers present new argument? No, if you do that, you'll get minus point, okay? Guys, okay? Good.
So, guys, please welcome Teacher Jessie as a government whip with a loud applause.
Now she's going to show a good example, okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, the benefit BTS brings in our society is tremendous. Even more tremendous than anyone in this room can imagine. Remembering these facts, I would like to start my whip speech. Today, I as a government whip will rebut what the previous speakers have said. Then, I would like to introduce 3 important clashes that I found in today's debate, and then summarize our team's strong and clear main arguments. Now let me start the rebuttal. The Deputy Leader of Opposition has mentioned arbitrary standard as her team's second argument. She said, since BTS success and fame does not have a clear standards like athletes receiving a gold medal, BTS should not be exempted from the military. However, there is no doubt that BTS is an exclusive success and influence worldwide. Even the opposition team agreed on this point. If they are not disputably incredible and influential, they can and should be exempted. The DLO's second point argument was about the social perception, which is nothing to worry about. Their point was to say military exemption may diminish the reputation of BTS like singer MC Mong. However, unlike MC Mong's illegal evasion, what we are discussing today is about the honorable exemption. Stating that evasion and exemption are two very different things, I would like to move on to the clashes. Today I have found three clashes in this debate. First, questioning the fairness. Second, is BTS special enough? And third, social benefits. First of all, fairness. Ladies and gentlemen, it was the opposition to first bring the matter of the fairness in this podium and compare BTS with common people like you and me. Since we go to the military, BTS, you go. This can easily be denied by explaining the athletes who perform in a certain level, also being exempted from serving the military. Since the Constitution itself proves that some level of people can be honorably exempted from the military, we should not compare BTS with people like us, but in the level of famous athletes or whatnot. On the other hand, on the issue of the fairness, it is fair for BTS to be exempted since the benefit BTS brings, the influence BTS shows, and the risk that BTS suffers due to the military are all very much identical with other groups who are officially exempted honorably. Therefore, we take this clash home. Second of all, is BTS special enough? Ladies and gentlemen, our wonderful Deputy Prime Minister argued the economic benefit and the cultural benefit and cultural influence that BTS brings to Korea. No other athletes or the concourse winners can contribute economically as BTS. Also, as a missionary of Hallyu, BTS is beyond special. The opposition sides try to deny the economic and the cultural contribution by saying it is not only BTS's contribution to spread the Hallyu. No, it is not BTS who introduced Hallyu, but yes, it is the BTS who gathered 800,000 audiences to Wembley Stadium, and this proves why they enhance the national prestige and they are special enough, which also brings this clash to our home. Last but not the least, the social benefit. The opposition may argue about the BTS exemption would diminish not only their reputation, but also discourage the military service. They said when BTS serve their military, it will enhance the social perception. However, we argue the popularity of BTS comes from their performance, not from their break. And we cannot and should not bet on uncertainty, but we should consider the certain advantage. That's the reason why I take this clash to the home. Ladies and gentlemen, we the government today introduced three arguments regarding the occupation, economical influence, and the cultural value. Not only for the BTS members, but for us all, we beg to propose. Thank you.
Okay guys, let's ask some questions. Did she make any mistake? No, why are you raising your hand? She did not make any mistake. That was an example of a good speech, okay? Good. So let's move on to the question. Did government whip present new argument, everyone together? No. No, she didn't. Don't present new argument if you're a whip speaker. What were the clash points that she presented? She presented three clash points. Now I'm going to choose one, so you have to tell me one, okay? Yes, you in the... Yes. Just one. Tell me just one.
Social benefit.
Cultural benefit? Is that correct? A social benefit, sorry. Is that correct? Yes. What class are you in? Yes, what will this number stand for? What else? What else? Yes, in the purple shirt? Yeah. You. Is BTS special enough? Is it correct? Yes. What class are you in? Columbia. What else? Lastly. Okay, you in the white shirt? Yes, you. Stand up.
Fairness.
Huh? Fairness.
Fairness.
Fairness, that is correct. What class are you in? Louder, please.
West Point.
One blue sticker for West Point. Guys, why are you talking?
Guys,
Don't worry, you'll get next chance. Don't worry, we have plenty of quizzes left. Don't worry.
now, in the contrary, we would also like to show you what is the bad example of with speaker. So we will welcome Teacher J with a loud applause.
Guys.
Madam Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, we the opposition team sincerely acknowledge the fact that BTS is influential, famous, kind, lovable, and special. However, let me just remind you that in the end, BTS members are just ordinary 7 Korean men who have to serve in the military under the current tragic situation of divided nations. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am the opposition whip, and I will firstly make a couple of rebuttals to the government side and then show you why the government side is stupid and the opposition team won all 2 main clashes that occurred in this debate. My rebuttals against the government side are as follows. First, has anyone from the government side served in the military? I don't think so. How dare you say who should and who shouldn't go to the military? They should join the army first, just like me, before they come to the podium. Second, the DPM tried to argue that a huge economic contribution to our nation justifies the exemption of BTS. She must be crazy to make that argument. What is in her mind? Here, the government side is neglecting a very important reason why our military exists in the first place. The Republic of Korean Army consists of 3.7 million soldiers, ranking 7th in terms of number globally. We have this powerful army because we're constantly facing military threat by North Korea. Also, we are surrounded by strong, dangerous, intimidating countries like Japan and China. When we get invaded by the countries, which we have experienced in the past, what we need is soldiers to protect the country, regardless of their annual income and contribution to the Korean economy. Third, the government side argued that BTS should be exempted because their worldwide cultural influence and value are equivalent to those of gold medalists. Although we acknowledge the fact that we acknowledge the fame of BTS, there are already numerous famous Hallyu stars who have already served in the military, just like ordinary men in Korea. For example, Ji Chang-wook, EXO, Kim Soo-yeon, GD, etc. They also attracted many tourists to Korea, but there were no exemption. If BTS gets exempted from the military, it would be unfair and arbitrary. Now that I finished rebutting, I would like to move on to 2 clashes I found. The first clash point was the comparison between gold medalists and BTS. The government side argued that BTS is just as influential and great as gold medalists. However, the distinction is very close as pointed out by the opposition, therefore they need to be treated differently. In the Olympics, each team tries their best to come first and the gold medal goes to the team with the best performance. However, the only standards provided by the government team to measure the greatness of BTS is just their popularity, which is vague. Since military exemption is a very important issue in Korea, the standards used to decide whether they should or should not be exempted should be very objective and clear. If we let BTS get away with this issue, continuous debate will be created in the future, leading to social and political chaos. The second and last clash point that was about the social perception. The government side argued that since BTS is getting an honorable exemption, their reputation will not be damaged. However, any type of exemption is still an exemption. Our team pointed out that after their military service, their reputation will enhance vastly because they fulfill their mandatory duty while other famous celebrities try to evade their legal responsibilities. Therefore, their argument sucks, and they should take more debate classes. I would like to finish my speech with this phrase, noblesse oblige. It means that those in powerful social positions, like BTS, have moral obligations to fulfill their social responsibilities. In other words, with great social power comes great responsibility. Thank you.
Okay, let's see who got the answer. What did he do wrong? You in the blue shirt with the hoodie? Yes, you. Can you stand up? Oh, she thinks J teacher went off topic by talking about other celebrities. Was that correct?
So I use celebrities as an example to support my argument. So it
Yes,
wasn't
that
the
was
wrong
not
point.
the answer. Okay, you with the waving hand with the, yes. Guys, listen. Yes, he was being very impolite. He made personal attack. Okay? When you're debating, and in general, guys, so when you're debating, you can't go up to the podium and say your opponent is crazy and their argument sucks. Okay? That is very rude. Not only when debating, in real life, you should not do that. Okay? Good.
Which class are you in?
Oxford. Okay, one blue sticker for Oxford.
And guys, I have one more question. Who should be the next speaker? Who should be the next speaker? Everybody together. Yeah, it is not a government reply, okay? So, we will repeat these 4 things after me, okay? The first, summarize. Second, summarize your. Explain. And the most important thing, know. Yeah. Your arguments should not come out from the reply speakers. So we're going to invite Teacher Phoebe, the government reply, opposition reply, with a bad example. So you guys have to find what she has done wrong with her speech. So,
Let's welcome Teacher Phoebe to the podium.
Good afternoon, Madam Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow debaters. I am the last speaker of the opposition team. It is now my pleasure to summarize this debate, take a look at what both sides have said, and see what the outcome of this debate is. The government side has given 3 arguments, with the opposition also setting forth 3 arguments. There are 2 clashes, which were fairness regarding whether BTS deserved the special exemption, and social impact about whether BTS performing their military duties have a positive or negative social and economic impact. In the first clash point, the government team focused on the tremendous records that BTS have made, but our team focused the arguments in terms of fairness. Our team does not deny the success and influence of BTS. However, we pointed out that their achievement does not make them above any other men in Korea. It is the duty stated in the Constitution that all men in Korea should serve in the military. Not only BTS, but also other men have to give up things to perform their military duties. In addition, popularity is not something that can be measured. Unlike athletes,
It is undeniable that the standard for the exemption is vague and arbitrary, and this makes the government's case weaker. In the second clash about whether the social impact of BTS performing their military duties is positive or negative, the government team argued that exemption of BTS is an honorable exemption, whereas our team emphasized that their economic profitability cannot be an excuse for a privilege. Also, the government team mentioned economic benefits of BTS. However, this would justify the exemption of those with money. Our team also pointed out that after their military service, 잠깐만. 평판이 영어로 뭐였지? Their reputation will enhance because there were many other famous celebrities in the past who tried to evade their legal responsibilities and end up having a bad reputation. With these in mind, it is clear that our team has won the debate. Our arguments considered the values that is above the values that the government team proposed. Therefore, the motion must fall. Thank you.
Okay, before I ask a question, what class is at the very far? What class are you? Yes, I'll give you one blue sticker to UCLA because they were cheering when a new speech, not new speech, new speaker was coming up to the podium, okay? Being supportive is also another attitude that a good debater should have, right? Good. Okay, so let's move on to the quiz. What mistake did teacher Phoebe make? Yes, you. Yes. Yes, but asked in what? Yes. You don't speak Korean while you're debating. What class are you in? Yes, one blue sticker from Purdue. Okay, and also one another thing. You can't ask your team member when you're up in the podium what to say, okay? Once you're on the podium, that's it. You can't ask questions to your team members. Got it?
Got it?
Good. Let's move on.
So, last but not least, we're going to introduce a government reply, the last speaker of this debate, and she's going to wrap up all the... sorry. So, we're going to introduce Teacher Sian.
Guys, do you want to come out and do a speech? No, right? Listen carefully. Good.
Panel, when BTS have served our country already, like no others, government believes that BTS should be exempted from the military. I, as the government reply, will give you a world comparison to prove why BTS not going to the military is better in the end. Comparing the best worlds. The first part of opposition's best world is that they protect fairness, since military is for all. We do agree on the constitution, but note that there are already exceptions, such as athletes with gold medal. Then, how much are athletes different from BTS? Athletes worked hard for years to obtain a gold medal. BTS worked for years in order to fill the Wembley Stadium, in order to stay up on the Billboard chart for weeks, and in the end, able to speak in front of the UN General Assembly. Even without set standards, these achievements cannot be easily ignored. BTS should be exempted because of the honor they bring to Korea, just like athletes do, which is not vague at all. The second part of opposition's best world is that BTS will get more recognition in after military. The standard we should use is reversibility. Note that sure, those changes might happen, but BTS won't be able to return as the head runner of K-pop due to reasons like fast-changing trend that we have already said. The potential injury for BTS in the military highlights the fact that the decision is irreversible after they are harmed. These are why government's best world wins over the opposition's. Comparing the worst worlds, opposition's worst world is economic and cultural loss. The standard we should use is probability. We will certainly lose 11 trillion won if we send BTS to the military. Opposition claims that there are other artists to fill up their spots, but that is unguaranteed. The achievement of BTS as the leading figure in K-pop are incomparable. Government's worst world is the negative reputation of BTS due to exemption. Note that this is also unguaranteed. The examples they state are people who ran away from military. Considering the achievements that BTS have made and the situation they are in, BTS is more similar to honorable athletes compared to irresponsible people the opposition is giving as example. That is why government's worst world wins over the opposition's. I have proven to you as government reply that why our world, government's world, both best and the worst is better than the opposition's. That is why we win this debate. Thank you.
Okay, here's the question. How many minutes did he speak for? Anyone? How many minutes? How many minutes? Oh, you in the very back? Yes, with the stretched shirt. Can you say the answer out loud, please? 3 minutes. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. What class are you in? Oh, one blue sticker for Chicago. Okay, we're gonna take questions regarding the rules. Is there any questions that you don't understand about the rules, about the roles, speaker roles? No one? Don't worry if you don't get it now. You will still have plenty of time to study debating in your debate classes with your amazing debate teachers, okay? Guys, are you listening? Good. Okay, now we're going to move on to explaining some details about debate championship. Do you guys all know that we're going to do a debate championship? Yes. And every single of you are all going to participate. No exception. So, Joseph teacher is going to introduce the schedule. Okay, you should write this down. Oh, on the back of your page, you'll see the schedule. Okay.
So today we had a debate orientation. So on next Thursday, on August 1st, we will announce the motions that you were gonna debate on with the other teams. Okay. And also for team arrangements, it is not a course that you choose the teammates that you want. Okay, so we will gonna kind of a lottery, so we will match you guys randomly. Okay, understand? So on the August 3rd, Saturday, there will be preliminary rounds in Korean 예선전. Okay? Understand? Yes. On August 8th, there's finalist announcement. So what do I have to say? Summarizing up all the results from your preliminary rounds, we will gonna chart down the scores and we will announce who will gonna go to the finals. Okay? And on Friday, August 9th, there will be quarterfinals, and 8th, 10th, Saturday there will be semifinals, and the last day, the 8th, 11th, Sunday, there will be final championship. Okay, are there any questions? 한국말로 한 번만 더 설명할게요. 오케이? 대답해줘. 오케이? 자, 그리고 다음 주 목요일 날 여러분들이 하실 대회 예선의 모션을 디베이트 선생님들이 결정해서 여러분들한테 알려줄 거예요. 오케이? 네. 다음 그 모션 그리고 또한 우리 팀을 정할 때는 내가 하고 싶은 팀원들이랑 할 수가 없어요. 우리가 랜덤으로 이렇게 묶어서 팀을 설정해 줄 거예요. 그것도 이해했죠? 네, 그렇게 하고 나서 예선전을 치르게 될 거예요, 쭉. 예선전을 치르게 돼서 그 결과들을 이제 우리가 스코링업 해가지고 모을 거예요. 그래서 이제 그것들을 나열을 해서 8월 8일 목요일 날 누가 결승에 진출할지를 또 발표를 할 거예요. 근데 토론만 잘하고 토론 때 우리가 토론 때만 잘하고 수업 때 선생님 말 잘 안 듣고 선생님 수업에 참여 하나도 안 하고 나는 토론 잘하니까 토론만 하고 수업은 안 들을 거야 하는 사람들 저희가 무조건 제외시킬 거예요. 알겠어요? 네. 그러니까 내가 토론 잘한다고 자만하지 말고 선생님 수업 하나하나에 집중하고 또 참여해줘요. 알겠어요?
그리고 반대로 내가 토론을 못한다고 해서 못 올라가는 것도 아니란 걸 알겠죠, 여러분? 수업 시간에 열심히 참여하고 선생님들한테 좋은 모습을 많이 보여주면 충분히 본선에 진출할 수 있다는 거 알아두세요. 알겠죠?
그래서 우리가 8월 8일 날 결승에 올라갈 사람들을 우리가 발표를 할 거예요. 이렇게 딱 결승자 진출 딱 그렇게 하면 8월 9일 금요일 날 쿼터 파이널스 8강을 할 거고 그 다음에 8월 10일 토요일 날 4강전을 할 거예요. 세미 파이널스. 그리고 마지막으로 8월 11일 썬데이 일요일 날 파이널 챔피언십으로 3대3으로 디베이트를 붙게 될 거예요. 이해했어요? 네, 고마워요.
Okay, on the paper next to the schedule, what do you see, guys? No, above the teams. What do you see? Procedures, right? I'm going to explain the procedures for the debate championship. Let's read the first line out loud together. Go. Yes, teams will be made up of 4 members. Number 2, everyone, together. Good. Number 3. Yes, good, thanks. How about the regulations? Let's read the first line together. Go. Yes. How about the second one? Good. The last one? Well done. Okay, I'm going to explain this one more time in Korean because it's very important that you know. Okay, guys? Good. 자, 첫 번째로 팀 멤버는 4명에서 구성이 될 거예요. 그런데 우리가 예선전을 할 때는 우리가 반에 친구들 14명밖에 없는데 그러면 4명이 안 만들어지잖아요. 그죠? 그렇게 되면 4명이 아니라 팀 멤버가 3명이 될 수도 있어요. 근데 우리 친구들 이제 나중에 수업 시간에 배우게 되겠지만 팀 멤버가 3명이면 첫 번째나 두 번째 스피커가 마지막 리플라이 스피커를 하는 거예요. 알겠죠? 나중에 딱 예선전에 올라갔는데 갑자기 립 스피커가 리플라이 스피커를 하겠다고 올라오면 예선 탈락인 거예요. 알겠죠? 순서를 잘 기억해야겠죠? 하지만 본선 진출자 친구들은 선생님들이 딱 4명이 될 수 있게 선발을 할 거예요. 알겠죠? 두 번째로 넘어갈게요. Team members will be selected randomly. 자, 이거 예선전에 아까 조셉 선생님이 설명해 준 것처럼 제비뽑기로 팀을 결정하게 될 거예요. 여러분들이 여러분 팀 뽑는 거예요. 알겠죠? 자, 마지막 Speaker roles will not be assigned. 선생님들이 이 친구가 PM하고 이 친구가 DPM하면 좋겠다 이렇게 하는 거 아니라 여러분들이 여러분 팀 내에서 나는 이게 자신 있으니까 내가 PM을 할게 아니면 내가 이걸 좀 못하니까 내가 리플라이 스피커를 할게 이렇게 팀 멤버 안에서 친구들이랑 결정을 하는 거예요. 이해됐나요? 네, 좋았어요. 그리고 regulations 볼게요. No girls may work together in the dormitory. 자, 우리 기숙사에 있을 때 자기 주도 학습 시간인데 옆방에 우리 팀 멤버가 있네? 그럼 가서 같이 상의하고 같이 의논해도 될까요? 절대 안 돼요. 나이트가드 선생님한테 물어봐서 만약 그런 친구는 바로 레드 스티커 주고 예선 탈락시킬 거예요. 알겠죠? 선생님, 만약에 제 팀 멤버가 저랑 같은 룸을 쓰면 어떡해요? 그럼 굉장히 운이 좋은 거예요, 여러분. 열심히 활용하세요. 네, 이것도 다 제비뽑기로 뽑은 거니까 다 불만 없겠죠? 다 똑같은 시츄에이션인 거예요.
알겠어요?
The debaters cannot ask questions about the given motions to any teacher or mentor. 선생님들한테 와가지고 선생님 모션이 이거였는데 모션에 있는 이 단어가 뭔지 모르겠어요. 사전 찾아보세요. 선생님 이거 아르규멘트 어떻게 해야 되는지 모르겠어요. 친구들과 상의하세요. 절대 어떤 멘토나 디베이트 선생님, 모든 선생님들 절대 안 돼. 에세이 선생님한테 물어봐야겠다 그러면 저희 귀에 다 들어옵니다, 여러분. 알겠죠? 절대 모션에 관련해서는 그 어떤 질문도 받지 않고 있어요. 공평성을 위해서. 이해되나요? 네. 하지만 선생님 제가 클래시 포인트를 어떻게 찾는지 잘 모르겠어요. 이런 롤, 스피커 롤 관련된 질문은 얼마든지 해도 좋으니까 그건 걱정하지 말고 항상 질문해주세요. 알겠죠?
알겠죠?
자, 마지막, 진짜 마지막. Teams must be prepared to argue for both the government and the opposition. 자, 우리 팀이 만들어졌을 때 나는 이 모션에 찬성을 하니까 난 찬성팀만 준비해 가야겠다. 이거 맞아요, 아니에요? 아니죠. 찬성 측 스피치 다 준비하고 opposition, 반대 측 스피치 다 준비하는 거예요. 알겠죠? 그러면 다들 준비해 오는 걸로 선생님들을 믿고 있을게요. 네. 자, 이제부터 예선전 관련해서 선생님 아직도 모르겠어요 하는 거 질문 있는 사람. 좀 궁금해요. 지금 이 시간을 통해서 물어보세요. 없나요? 네. 좀 일어나서 말해줄래요?
같은 학년으로 구성되나요? 우리 팀은 다
예선팀은 같은 반 친구들로 구성이 될 거고요. 본선에서 진출하게 되면 중등은 중등끼리, 초등은 초등끼리 같은 팀이 될 거예요. 네, 앞에 친구. 지금 손든 친구. Guys, I can't hear what she's saying. 예선전 팀은 좋은 질문이에요. 예선전 팀은 그대로 올라가는 게 아니라 예선전 전부 다 합쳐서 한 반에서 디베이트 선생님들과 그때 예선전 관람하셨던 선생님들이 이 친구 참 잘했어요 이렇게 하면은 그런 의견들을 총합해서 반에서 한두 명에서 많으면 3명 정도 본선 진출하게 돼요. 그리고 또 중요한 거, 저희가 예선전 결과는 알려주지 않아요. 누가 이겼고 누가 졌는지 알려주지 않아요. 그러니까 내가 예선전 졌으니까 본선에 못 진출하거나 이런 게 아니에요, 여러분. 알겠죠? 네. 또 질문? 네. 주제요? 주제는 매번 바뀌죠. 네. 매 라운드마다 주제는 새로 주어집니다. 아니야, 마지막 파이널은 4대4가 될 거예요. Guys. 모션 여기 아까 그 전에 스케줄 한번 보여주세요. 여기 모션 어나운스먼트 있죠? 그리고 여기 파이널리스트 본선 진출자 친구들은 본선 진출자 친구들이 정해졌을 때 그 친구들 모여서 따로 공지를 하도록 할게요. 또 질문. This is your last chance to ask. 자, 질문이 없는 친구들은 어떻게 해야 될까요? 조용히 있어야겠죠? No questions? Oh yes, you in the back. 인터넷이요? 네, 좋은 질문이에요. 저희 합스 캠프 디베이트 챔피언십에서는 인터넷을 활용하지 않고 본인의 논리력과 본인의 어떤 사고력과 본인의 상식을 이용해서 토론을 합니다.
Guys!
하지만 하지만 쿼터 파이널까지 간 친구들부터는 인터넷을 사용하게 해줄 거예요. 아, 여러분 수정할게요. 여기도 너무 많으니까 세미파이널부터 인터넷 사용할 수 있게 해줄 거예요. 조용. Any more questions? Yes, you in the back. Guys. 디베이트 진행하고 있는 상황에서 자기 팀원이랑 아주 좋은 질문이에요. 이제 우리가 수업 시간에 배우겠지만 저걸 뭐라 그러냐면 grace time이라고 하는데 in between every speaker you're gonna get 30 seconds of grace time so that you can prepare with your teammates. Okay? Your debate teacher is going to explain one more time in class, so don't worry if you don't understand. 상이 뭐냐고요? 그거를 미리 알려주면 재미가 없겠죠. 그걸 또 미리 알려주면 재미가 없겠죠. 네, 또 다른 질문 있나요?
Any other questions? 없어요?
Any more questions so far? No? All clear? Okay. Okay, that's it for today's debate orientation. Thank you guys so much for answering all the questions very well and listening very carefully. Thank you. And let's give a big round of applause to the teachers.